Shamaya's mother said that her daughter was bullied for a very long time, and she won't be returning to the classroom. Instead, she'll be attending cyber school. Jason wants to become a math teacher when he grows up, but right now he would love to find a new home. If you are interested in adopting Jason, please contact the Three Rivers Adoption Council. For fun with family and friends, attend the Freaky 5K and meet Freaky Fred. Bring the children dressed in costumes to participate in the trick-or-treat for tots.
Bring your pets too for the petrifying pet walk.
Riley says when you go Christmas tree shopping, don't worry about the root rot disease. Just look for a tree that looks good and smells good. Edwin Snyder is the 1959th person to receive a Twilight Wish. The Twilight Wish Foundation is making the world a nicer place to age, one wish at a time. What is your Twilight Wish? Next year, the National Aviary will be upgrading its condor exhibit. But in the meantime, you can visit these wonderful birds right here at Condor Court. That's Freaky Fred, and you can see him at the Freaky 5K and the Haunted Hill 10K races.
It's going to be a ton of fun because we're doing a lot of things this year that we haven't done in past years in reference to our Halloween theme.
Fred and 20 other freaky zombies will be at the North Park on Spooky Saturday, October 26.
All of the people that are going to be involved with the 10K, the children's run, the pet run, they're going to look so cute and delicious.
Awards will be given for the top race finishers, best costumes, cutest pet, and best pet costume. But participants will also see the North Park transformed into a ghost town for the highly anticipated scavenger hunt.
What we're featuring is pretty much a haunted course. So if you can imagine zombies, witches, warlocks, and vampires.
This video shows 13-year-old Shamaya Scott being beaten by one student, but she says she was beaten by 20 other students for no reason.
The hits was hard, like they really hurt.
Shamaya is an 8th grade student at Woodland Hills Academy, and the incident happened yesterday after she exited the school bus right here on Main and Maple Streets.
My face on this side is fractured up here, and I have really bad head pains.
Shamaya also suffers from a swollen eye with broken blood vessels. Her mother says that her daughter's attack was planned and it could have been prevented.
If these kids would have been on the right school buses, they wouldn't have ended up in East Pittsburgh to do what they did.
The superintendent of the Woodland Hills School District says the video will be reviewed to identify the students involved and disciplinary actions will be given.
There were some there who were just onlookers. There were others there who were, if they were not active participants, they were at least what I would call facilitators. And in our code of conduct, that's an infraction as well.
Alan Johnson says the matter will be investigated to determine whether the crossing guard and the bus driver were at the scene and failed to intervene.
There is an assumption that any adult who is associated in working with school children in any capacity will step in and take steps necessary to prevent injury if possible and do whatever they can.
His training was intense and the race intensive, but Wayne Kurtz completed the world's longest Ironman triathlon.
I think it's 453 hours it took me to finish it. There is a website that has all of it. It was submitted to the Guinness Book of World Records, I think, yesterday.
Okay.
Every day for 30 days, Kurtz swam 2.4 miles, biked 112 miles, and ran a marathon. How was he able to do this?
Believe it or not, most athletes said the same, about 30% physical, and it was 70% mental.
The race was held in Legarda, Italy, and a total of 20 men and 1 woman began the race. By day 5, there were only 8 participants left.
You just was hoping every morning that no one would not show up, and everyone made it after all the dropouts in the beginning.
The race took a toll on Kurtz's body, causing him to lose about 20 pounds. Here in his before and after photos, his features are transformed.
I had shin injury, had an injury behind my right knee from one of the crashes.
Dr. Tanya Hagen said that a 30-day triathlon is pretty intense on the body, and the potential for injury is significant.
Every time you train, every time you're running a marathon or doing a triathlon, something like this, there's micro trauma to the bones, to the muscles, to the ligaments.
When asked if he would participate in an Ironman again, Kurt said,
Probably not. You know, there's always another challenge out there.
after he endured his 30-day adventure, Wayne is an Ironman indeed. For his next adventure, he'll be writing a book called Stronger Than Iron, You Can Never Yield. Deandre Williamson, KDKA, TV News. Since his arrest in June, the charges against school teacher Dennis Henderson were unofficially withdrawn, and he has filed a federal lawsuit.
What happened to Mr. Henderson is a symptom of what we see as a deeper problem of racial profiling and police harassment.
Henderson was arrested in June for criticizing the speed of a white police officer. The arrest was made in Homewood shortly after Henderson left a meeting concerning the improvement of police relations.
He once again told me if I don't sit down, he's going to put me down. No sooner than he said that, he did sweep me from behind and slam me upon my back.
The American Civil Liberties Union announced today that a federal lawsuit was filed against Pittsburgh police officer Jonathan Gromek for a racially motivated false arrest.
That we want this story to be out there to the public so that the police and the community of Pittsburgh begin to come together and begin to understand how they can work together.
Henderson says the arrest violated several of his constitutional rights, and he became uncomfortable after he was denied his right to record the encounter.
I'm filing this case because Officer Gromek used his patrol car to intimidate and endanger me for no apparent reason other than being black in Homewood.
Henderson will be seeking monetary damages, and he hopes this lawsuit will open candid dialogue about racial profiling. Deandre Williamson, KDKA TV News.
I think it's so great that they're giving to the community right now. I know the kids, they're going to be so excited to see them.
Just in time for Thanksgiving, the Pittsburgh Penguins gave away 100 turkeys to residents of the Hill District today.
I did this before and it was great, and it continues to be a great thing that they're doing for our community. And I thank them very much, you know.
The Penguins, along with the Greater Pittsburgh Community Food Bank, for 7 years have given turkeys to Hill District residents.
The Penguins, from our ownership on down, believes that you give back to the community, and especially around the holiday season, we're very big. Every week we've got something different planned.
The turkey is only a part of the Thanksgiving meal. Residents also received carrots, onions, potatoes, apples, and stuffing mix.
It's the least we could do, really. Just the community does so much for us and coming to support us, so coming out to do something like this is actually the least we could do, and happy to do something like this.
Including this year, the Penguins gave away a total of 700 turkeys.
For us, just to be able to give back and be here and help those that are in need, and especially around close to the holidays, and get some food on the table for them, it's important, and something that it's good for us to get out in the community and do.
100 families will have a happy Thanksgiving, thanks to the Penguins and the Food Bank. Deandre Williamson, KDKA TV News. When the temperatures get as cold as they are going to be tomorrow, it can be a recipe for failure. Everything from batteries to pipes. So how do you keep from falling victim to the weather? New at 6, a local man says he was assaulted while grocery shopping. Making matters worse, it happened while a security guard watched. Now he is suing that guard and the grocery store in McKees Rocks. Marty Griffin has the story you'll see only on KDKA.